Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 114. And I decided today I think I'm going to talk a little bit about bees. And I think the reason is I've started to see them outside, and we all know there's a lot of talk about bees and how important they are, but yet everyone seems to be afraid of them. And there's a lot of talk about, if we didn't have bees, we'd cease to exist. So I thought I want to research that a little bit since I'm doing things a little different during this challenge month when Doc V has kind of challenged everybody to go live. So I thought I'm going to look into the bee a little bit and find out, is it true that if the bees disappear, we disappear too? And I thought it was kind of interesting. And again, feel free to do your own research. It's just about learning, and it's just about a journey. So I'll just share with you what I found in a couple different articles. And the one that I got the most of this information from is called The Science of Bees, and it's an article called The Benefit of Bees. Burpee had an article. There were many articles out there. Pollen magazine had an article, just lots of information. And I thought, this is the time of year we're going to start to see them, and so many of us are afraid of them. So I thought, well, I'm going to research them a little bit. And basically, it kind of basically does say, without bees, we cease to exist. And I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. And it kind of says that there's more to bees than just sting and honey, and that these tiny buzzing creatures carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. Because without bees, the world would cease to exist. It would have ceased to exist a long time ago. And the reason they say that is that humans eat honey, we use their wax, and we rely on bees for all of our food. So I guess there's a lot that they do. They're pretty busy for as little as they are. And kind of what it talked about is that 85% of all food crops need bees to keep pollinating so that the crops keep so that the crops can successfully grow. Without the bees, 85% of our crops would be gone. So that's kind of scary. The research conducted predicts that environmental collapse would happen if the honeybee disappeared. And what it says is this was kind of interesting too. I didn't realize this, but it says like for honeybees, some of the pollen collects on their legs, and on their furry legs, and that's how they feed their young. So I thought that was kind of interesting that the actual pollination process is what allows them to feed their children. But bees use pollen for food, which is converted into energy, allowing the bee to fly for extended periods in order to gather and distribute pollen. And with the environment, it says, simply put, without bees, many plants would have no way to reproduce and would definitely die out. What I did also find interesting is that there are many, many different types of bees, and over time, some different species of bees have evolved, and they pollinate only one specific type of plant. So there are dozens of species of solitary bees that have evolved to pollinate a single type of plant, and they exist in unison with the lifespan of that plant. And I thought that was interesting. And again, the same thing, without the bees, that type of plant would disappear. It does say that unfortunately, many species of bees have died off due to pesticides, disease, parasites, and destructions of their main food sources, which would be their plants. So there is a lot of interesting information. And I guess, again, it's just about figuring out what you're comfortable with and how you want to live your life going forward. Honeybees have the distinction of being the only insect that produces food consumed by humans, and we would all know honey is the food. And it is kind of funny to think about that, the only insect that produces a food that we all eat. And honey, many of us use honey. As a food source, we know that honey is drizzled over desserts, added to teas, used in baking recipes. It's not a modern development. Honey has been around for centuries, and it also has medicinal purposes. Let's see. Honey can be found in many foods and drinks, but there are also hundreds of health and beauty products. So really, honey is everywhere. And I was kind of surprised when I looked in this article about how many areas, because honey is a main ingredient in many things, like it has healing properties. They use it for facial revitalizers. They use it to clear skin, soften wrinkles. Beauty products on shelves have been shown to have honey in it. We use it for candles. We use it for furniture wax. We use it for beauty products, lip balm, chewing gum, and they even use it on the coating around cheese. So I thought that's pretty interesting. So what they've basically said is that humans have found so many uses for beeswax that it's a hot commodity in the world of trade and commerce. So like it has a lot of uses. I thought this was interesting too, and honey is used also to fight off illnesses and alleviate symptoms of some ailments because honey has an antibacterial agent in it. So it has been used over the years to help fight bacteria and infection and in treating wounds. Also, even in the common cold. And I think we have seen even honey flavored like cough drops and cough syrups. So I thought that was really kind of interesting. And we all know too that because of the pollen in honey, they kind of recommend that you have honey products from your local area because it will provide the things that your body needs to fight like allergies. So basically what I kind of found out is that I guess I'm going to be nice to the little guys here in my yard because they're pretty hard workers there. So I hope you found something useful there. I hope you have a beautiful day. And maybe today, if it's a bright sunny day, enjoy a little time, watch a bumblebee, a butterfly, a dragonfly. Maybe you'll start to see some flowers open. But spend a little time and maybe use that time to do a little meditation and to calm your heart and to calm your mind. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.